Greetings, Planet Unity. I'm going to give you a little bit of behind the scenes on how the channel runs, a little bit editing wise, a little bit of knowledge of what we're working on in the last couple weeks. This is going to be a semi-channel update video, like behind the scenes. Feel free to ask questions in the comments, and myself, Noble Jackson, Red Alexander, Thermavines, or Chris Velasquez will be willing to answer any questions you have for us. I know we're not big enough to do a true Q&A, but I feel like a lot of people would like to know how some of the system works. Now, you see in the corner, like right here-ish, there should be a Planet Unity icon once I export this video. Exporting is when I take this media from whatever program I'm utilizing currently, OBS version 20, the newest version, that was given to me as a suggestion by a former student that myself and Red Alexander went with to ITT Tech. Yeah, that school that used to be featured between the Maury pregnancy tests. We get the joke. We know. We learn from our mistakes. Trust us. I have below me this glorious thing right here. You know how much that's worth? Roughly $30,000 worth of debt, not much else. So, a lot of students actually went on to get successful careers. Myself, I have not found a niche for me yet in what I like to do inside of IT. That's why I enjoy running a lot of the IT-related decisions for the channel here. Like, I have the Google Drive set up to where we have a collaboration. Like, I can drop a file that needs edited more heavily than I am currently capable of doing myself to a folder that we call Noble's Edits or Red's Edits. If it needs the more quirky animation like the podcast has, it will go in a folder called Red's Edits. If it needs the more clear-cut professional editing like you see in my unboxing videos and a lot of Thurman's videos, it goes in a folder called Noble's Edits. And then he has subfolders and all that stuff. That was a system that Noble and I collaborated on. Like this icon over here, this little thing, this wouldn't have existed if Noble hadn't taught me how to do that. I'm not perfect inside of, this aspect. I'm still learning a lot of shit as I go along, as is the rest of the team. So, you might ask, why haven't you uploaded a gameplay video since the Life is Strange series? If you've watched my In Response to Merlin's videos, you know exactly what the answer is. If you haven't, please, if you're a gamer and you utilize the platform of YouTube, go watch that. I get real, as it gets, but I chose to leave the tunes that were utilized in there because, there's people that actually respect the music industry, like myself. Like, anytime I see one of these cards, this is for a band that I picked up when I got my hair dye for my cosplay at Hot Topic. I scanned this card because Spotify does this code now. This code lets me scan, listen to an album. I sat and just put that album on repeat. And whenever I do that, they get ad revenue. They get revenue from me playing their song. If you've ever been in a band, you know exactly how hard it is to deal with that. I can't explain it. It's very hard to get your name out there. And once your name's out there and you hit it big. And once you hit it big, you get money. Once you get money, you don't have to worry about petty-ass shit like what Merlin's bands do. But I've been in their positions before, like dealing with, the tedious-ass bullshit of, like, they're using my song. Can you make me money on that? I get it. I really do. I know the bands might not have even had anything to say about it. They might have actually like, wait, they're playing our music? Fuck it. Let them play our music in the video. We don't give a fuck. We don't. That gives us exposure. That gives us people like, oh, what's that song? Oh, I can go listen to that on Spotify, or I can go listen to that on Groove. I can go listen to that on YouTube even. But I digress on that. That's why. There's this platform, I know if you're a gamer, which 99.99% of our fucking viewers are, you've heard of it. It's called Twitch. Noble and I set up a Twitch account for Planet Unity. He set up auto host roles. So whenever I stream from my personal Twitch, it streams to the Planet Unity Twitch. Whenever Chris streams from his personal Twitch, or Red streams from his Twitch, when the time comes that Nintendo Switch actually gets a Twitch app, when that time comes, it'll host from his. Whenever Thurman hosts a stream from his Twitch account, it goes to it. If you're a gamer and you want to join our little network and contribute to the channel that way, let us know in the comments. Send us an email, and we will get in contact with you. But more of the gaming stuff will be going down the Twitch channel. The Twitch, with this auto host feature, like if there's nothing being if nobody's streaming directly on the Planet Unity Twitch channel, anything that's being auto hosted by one of us and the team, whenever we play a game and we stream it, like if I hit this button right here, I'm actually have the Hulu app open on my PS4 right now, so I can't actually, broadcast, but I can just go to broadcast settings, start fucking streaming. It's glorious. And it'll also stream from my personal account to the Planet Unity account, as with anybody else who joins the Twitch team. Now, we still plan on doing the Planet Gaming channel, maybe a little bit further down the road. Until then, we'll still be doing the compilations. I have one that's about 90-ish% done. I just gotta move some stuff around, like put the intro in and drag and drop some more green screens in. But speaking of green screens, in the future you might see the rotating screens behind me. That's something I've ordered on Amazon. Here's my janky ass setup. If you want to know how ghetto I can be, I got a curtain rod, a U-shaped shower curtain rod. We'll hang that fucking thing up here. If I'm talking about a specific topic, like say Rick and Morty, I can have this. I ordered a Rick and Morty for the season finale shower curtain. I'm gonna hang that thing up there. And when we're talking about the season finale on a special episode of the podcast, or if we ever mention Rick and Morty, I can just take that, any of the whatever color I choose for the green screen. Like, I know the logo will be green, so I might choose, like, blue. I might blue screen everything but, like, Rick and Morty, and have, like, Red or myself or Chris do some sort of improv, like, jeez, Rick, why is this room so messy? I don't know, Morty. Maybe he just has a system like that. Maybe he's a high-functioning autist or some shit. Maybe ask him. Hey, you got a system or something? And I could respond, why, yes, I have a system. Ask me when if I clean this shit. Let me guess. You can't find jack shit when it's clean. My voices are fucking tired and shit right now because it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning my time, and I'm recording this video. But the point is, I could have them pop out and just be standing behind me, having this, like, dialogue or some shit. I don't know if that'll be the route we go, but, I mean, if even I get, like, a blank-ass, like, $9 Walmart one, I can have a professional green screen, and all you see behind me is nothingness but, like, the Planet Unity logo, sort of like the one that's up in the corner here. And then Red could have, like, the same, like, white sheet behind him, or Thurman can have a white sheet behind him, or whoever's in the podcast, and all you'd see behind us is this professional-ass setup with, like, this thing right here in the background. Or if we're talking about, say, if we ever did, like, a death battle of, like, his shitty visual novel character, Thurman's shitty visual novel character versus, like, say, Guts or something. I'm just spitballing here. I could just, with the green screen feature, I could, anything that's not back there, I could have Guts standing behind me, or whoever is debating for him, with his sword drawn, ready to cleave Thurman's dumbass in two, thinking his shitty visual novel character would win in a fight against Guts. This is the stuff that can be done with green screens. Like, literally, this up here is a form of green screening, originally, when we first did the icon. That was made the original icon that's both in the center of the icon there and the icon itself that you see outside was made when we first created the Facebook group Planet Unity. So this icon here is nearly 3 years of legacy. Think about that for a minute. That's how long we've been planning doing all of this stuff that we're doing. Now, here's a little behind the scenes story for myself and a little bit of what affects Noble. Noble and I both have had the unfortunate pleasure, I guess you could call it, of having to deal with something called satellite internet. Satellite internet, if you've ever dealt with somebody that's been lagging in a game on your team and you're just all over the fucking place, you know what satellite internet is in a sense. Satellite internet is this fucking shitty ass stuff that never needed to fucking exist, but it exists because there's a market for it. The market being these rural areas where nobody else can drop a fucking line because nobody has the balls to drop a line there, essentially. Nobody having the balls to drop a line means they can charge whatever they want. When I moved from Nashville, Michigan to where I am now in the outskirts of Kentwood, Grand Rapids area, I had a company called Exceed Internet. Before that, I had HughesNet. Before that, I had nothing. Think about a gamer with no internet. I went from having AT&T, which is meh. Ask Red what his upload speed is. Not good. Not good. Oh, I lived in Nashville for roughly 3-ish years, minus the 23 days. You get a little bit more backstory in episode 12 of the podcast. I'll touch on episode 12 of the podcast after I get done with this point. Point being is, satellite internet is both expensive and ineffective. I could, as a student that did IT shit, you'd think I need constant internet of a decent speed, right? I technically did. What I did is my neighbor and I had this deal of I could connect to his Wi-Fi to do school shit because he was before the cutoff point. Like, our house was literally the cutoff point for AT&T. It's like, you can connect to my internet to do school related shit. And that's literally all I did on his internet. So I would hook up to his internet, do my school related shit. He is off of his internet to download a 50 megabyte file to do my class. 50 megabytes. It took literally 2 days to download. That's how bad the connection speed is for satellite internet. Now, the average podcast after filming, the average podcast file for after filming is roughly 40 gigabytes. That's after editing. That's after rendering. That's all that shit. Now, as I explained in the episode titled Media Fuckery, that isn't always the fucking case. Sometimes it gets output in some janky ass shit that makes me have to fucking run it through a media encoder, and from a media encoder back up to YouTube because it's past the fucking time. Yeah, I never want to have to deal with that again, but I know how to fucking do it now. Now, on to episode 12 of the podcast, which is marketed as the reveal of face cam. Reveal of face cam is a loose term. Loose term being that that file is 3 files on my hard drive that Red and I have to stitch together tomorrow. Here is how fucked up the process was for our first run of this. Red's laptop could not connect to my fiber connection. For whatever godly reason. I don't know. Even as an IT guy, I could not figure it out. I'm like, we have a time frame. We have Noble for a few minutes here. He could set it up, but unfortunately by the time we got everything set up, we weren't unable to get him in the call to do it. So, I had to record everything on my end. So, recording everything on my end required me to call from Red's laptop. So, my icon in the last half of the podcast will just show up as his Killua. And any audio you hear from me, and any audio you hear from Red. Because the last, 30-ish minutes of the podcast is audio only. I don't know if what we end up doing will be, putting a video over video, and it just being, the Planet Unity title screen. Just on a loop, or maybe we just take a screenshot when we first start the video and just loop that. I don't know what we're going to do yet. I do apologize, but the next episode 13, Noble will be recording on his end. He can record it successfully. I don't know how, but the test video that we had from him in our Google Drive is God tier quality. That God tier quality being that audio's perfect, video's perfect, everything's perfect. So, if it's perfect, don't fix it. Now, on to a few other things. That the first split happened at mid-unboxing. I made the Rick and Morty messy room joke for a reason. You hear in the video that I'm a dumbass and I misplaced my keys. It ends up being that Red was actually sitting on my keys, and that's why I could not find them. But I had just reorganized shit because I had ordered a new desk, which you've clearly seen the reason why. You don't really see the reason why yet. My desk literally was falling apart. So I thought, I have some excess funds. I can order a new desk. It got here the day we filmed the podcast. We filmed the episode 12 on that old broken down fucking desk that you saw us destroying that video. That video was filmed 10 minutes after we got done wrapping up filming. Literally, we got done. We carried the desk out. Red edited and episode 11 of the podcast after that. And then the minute he left, I started assembling the new podcast desk. So the reason you see a bookshelf in the background there is because I just put the matching bookshelf in here that I've had for a while. I'm like, you know what, I'll just go with the same suite of furniture. Try to make it look somewhat professional. You see a Hunter can, an Assassin's Creed Origins can, and a Titan, or a Warlock can from Destiny 2 and the Assassin's Creed Origins, because I'm playing both games in the near future. One of the first videos I'll be streaming to Twitch is Destiny 2. I'll be doing some Crucible runs with a couple of our contributors. But yeah, the first video was during this part where I was so dumb and misplaced the keys, but Red was actually sitting on them. My dad actually brought in the package because I had him go get the package because I didn't want to, film 3 videos in one day. Because I was going from filming the podcast that day, editing episode 11 with Red, helping him with timestamps and shit, and then going on and filming the first Life is Strange episode, which goes back to the Merlin discussion. That's the reason why. I didn't want to have to do all that one night. Would you? So, and then also filming, well, attempting to film Breaking the Desk. As you saw, Red's cheeky little edit, apologies for David's drunk camera work. I was off my ass. You'll find out why I was off my ass in episode 12. But my dad actually brought in this package. The first cut in the film was right after I had opened the Demogorgon figurine and Red was going to set it up, and then I got a text message from Chris saying, hey, your video stopped. You want me to stop talking or something along those lines? And I'm like, wait. Then we started, I actually put the figurine partially back in the box. So I can be like, oh, it's Demogorgon! And then we hand it to Red to ad-lib the sequence again in case my audio cut out too. So I don't know if my audio even cut out there. So if my audio's double synced, that's why. But yeah, it was really fucking awkward. It's like, okay, we're going to have to hard cut this. We're going to have to end the call. I'm going to have to restart OBS because I fucking cut the call. So I have to go 3, 2, 1, and it's a Demogorgon statue. Here you go, Red. Put that on the bookcase. And I don't want to really turn my fucking camera around, but that figurine has not moved since Red put it there. It will eventually go over here where all this other shit is, and these cans will actually go on my stand that I have in my storage unit of all the collector cans once I'm done, you know, playing them. They're just there for decorations at the moment. And once the Titan can gets rinsed out when I do dishes, I'm going to add it to the collection. Because I don't want to put them in the stand with all my other collector cans. Like, I even have shit back from, you know, Star Wars Phantom Menace collector cans from when I was a kid. And those things are probably worth a lot of money. I don't even know. I don't care. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so I've done it to not selling them. But, so, that's a little bit behind the scenes there. A little bit behind the scenes on editing. As you know, I'm learning how to edit. I do a lot of the kill compilation editing. They're going to be a little less shit because Noble gave me access to this software called Levelator. Levelator is why you can actually hear our party chat inside of the wonderful Overwatch hijinks video. Now, the Overwatch hijinks video, number 1, was solo of party chat because Chris's audio and my audio was inaudible, and so was his 2 friends. That it said there's no audio on one sector of this video, which was about midway through. So it's like, I'm not going to have like a 10-minute clip of shit that is inaudible. So it's like, nope, I'm rejecting this audio track. The way Levelator works is you take the video file, drop it in Audacity. Audacity, you can export it as an AFIF file. That AFIF file, you can put in this program called Levelator. Levelator takes the audio, levels it out, so it's consistent all the way along the track. And once it's consistent, you can drag and drop it back into Adobe, cut out your old audio track, add in the new boosted audio track. Boom, you're good. Theoretically. Now, I say theoretically, and you'll notice this in both the Overwatch hijinks video, and you'll also notice it inside of one of my unboxing videos. Noble himself said to me, he's like, did you watch the unboxing video that's in there? Here's why. I'm like, no, I hadn't. Thanks for the heads up, because my audio track is a few seconds off. I do apologize. We're fine-tuning how it works. And you'll notice there might be a second or 2 delay inside the gaming compilation and the actual Overwatch hijinks video because we're still tweaking how the software works. But the point we're getting at is consistently getting less shit. Like a few of my unboxing videos, you'll notice that before Noble stepped in, the audio might be a little low on your end. I'm going to point down. Yeah, I have a gaming laptop, so I have a really good speaker in this. So anything that sounds really loud to me, I have been putting up because I figured, oh, it's not just me. And then I look into the speaker, and this has a bass boost. The bass boost is where I get a lot of like more peaks in the audio on my end. Like I can lean in like this and get really creepy with the camera, and it picks up my audio at a higher frequency than it'll actually output to you, the viewer. So I apologize for that, but that's something I had not known. So if ever a video has very bad audio quality, comment on it saying, hey, this audio is not good to me. And then, like, if you even go back through our archive, like, hey, could you level out the audio track here? I'll run through that, re-upload it. Or if you would rather just like say, hey, this one was one of the ones that, you know, had that, and whatever, it's your channel as much as it is ours. The problem if we re-upload though, and I'm going to throw this out there before you start going through all our videos saying, hey, it resets our view count. View count is very valuable to us as YouTubers. The reason view count is valuable to us is once we monetize videos, if we monetize videos at this point, once we start monetizing, that view count, if it gets reset, we start from square one on all of our on that video. So if you go back to episode 1 of the podcast, say that's currently our most viewed video. That's at like 100 and some-ish. We had to have 10,000 to get money from that video. 10,000 views. So if it's a low count video like one of my Let's Plays, I don't give a fuck if I go back and reload with the audio. But if it's something valuable to us as YouTubers, like a podcast that's consistently the best, what I will do is when we get our VidMe, I'll get to this topic in a moment. If you let us know our audio's trash on a video, it will go to our VidMe. I'll still keep the original video here for viewing pleasure, actually. This is me something I do is I talk to myself. When I think of something, it's part of my condition. I actually, and you notice I talk a lot with my hands. A lot of speakers do this, though. So when I have an idea, and I intend to leave this in so you have a little bit more backstory on me, is when I have an idea, I talk it over with myself. It would be more economical to us as a channel if we just keep the original video here, and then the better quality one ends up on our VidMe. Because, and I'll start talking about VidMe now. VidMe is a service similar to YouTube that a lot of bigger YouTubers are going to as a second source of revenue because of YouTube's bots and shit. VidMe also requires, and this is where you, the viewers, come in, VidMe also requires 50 followers or subscribers to our channel before we can fully verify it. So currently there's one video on our VidMe that was to activate our channel, basically. And it was the first video that was on my hard drive. And I'll explain my hard drive's place in this in a moment. So VidMe's, I uploaded the first video of Life is Strange to it. Now, the first video of Life is Strange is one that wasn't affected by the ads, the auto revenue bot thing, but it was the only one that actually could be uploaded. So, Here's where the viewers come in. The viewers come in by getting us to 50 followers so we can fully verify it. Because once we fully verify, we don't have a file upload size limit under 30 gigs. So we might as well take something like the podcast and cut it into 2 videos, which is no big deal. This is part 1, episode 1. This is part 2, episode 2. Even then, if we take the boosted audio, like, okay, so this has, this is 3 hours, and the file size is 50 gigabytes. So we cut it in 2. Or what we could do is, like, find a natural cutoff point in part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. Let us know which would be more beneficial for you. And what we could do is we could create like a playlist of, like, this is episode 1 podcast, and this is episode 1 part 1, episode 1 part 2, episode 1 part 3, episode 1 part 4. And it's something that either Noble or Red could do very, very simply. And it just would take a little bit of processing time. Red would probably do it here because my laptop's better for processing videos. Anyway, my hard drive comes into play because of something that YouTube has called scheduled uploads. Scheduled uploads comes into play also in another part of this video. This video, I try to keep my videos under 45 minutes for the Davis Corner, but I might go over that a little bit tonight. 1, because I'm super wired, and 2, because I'm super bored and don't want to go to sleep, because I don't have anything to do tomorrow, other than finish the gaming compilation, of course. So scheduled uploads works for all of us YouTubers. The scheduled uploads comes into play for the Google Drive because I can monitor shit, and Noble can monitor shit, and Thurman can monitor shit, and Red can monitor shit, and Ryan can monitor shit, and everybody can be fucking happy. Our Google Drive has folders, like, for every playlist. Like, we have an archive projects one. We have one called Brave Souls from when Eli was doing Brave Souls videos. We have one for collaboration videos. We have one for comic talk. We have one for my Let's Plays when they get edited. We have one for videos like this one, but when they're actually edited. Like, this one's not going to be edited. Like, the one in there right now is Kingdom Crate. We have debates for scans. We have one for our documents, like our idea list and all that shit. One for the event analysis for when we do, like, E3, or when October rolls around. Red and I can even do one for Grand Rapids Comic Con. We also have stuff for, like, indie gaming. We have one for Justin's Let's Play. We have one called Khajiit Edits. That was something that Noble created for a joke folder. One for the Chaos Battle. I'll get to that in a minute. One for Control Chaos, the archived MP4s. That's actually an RSS feed as well. We have one called Noble's Edits. Noble's Edits are all sorts of wonderful things. That's Kingdom Crate. He was supposed to have the Fortress Crate done. Oh well, I'll talk to Noble tomorrow about that. One for the Overwatch hijinks, one for the Play Along series, like Life is Strange. I didn't put the Shadow of Mordor in there before I deleted them from my hard drive. One for the live reactions, one that's called Red's Edits. We have one that's called, retro gaming, one Rookie Thurman gaming, one called Ryan's Corner, one called Saints Hacks. Saturday morning cartoons or Saturday morning review. One that's strictly for software that I share through like OBS, all the open source software that we utilize. One for templates for tags even. This is just random stuff we do. That's literally our entire folder structure. Noble's Edits has a couple nested folders. A bunch of my stuff has nested folders. Red stuff has nested folders, but the point being is we can go in there, upload what we need, have it edited by the designated person that wants to do it. If it's quirky edits like the podcast, it goes in Red's Edits. If it's more professional edits like my unboxings, let's play, stuff like that, it goes into Noble's Edits. Now, but how does that come into scheduled uploadings? Once we get it uploaded to the drive, I can pick a date on the calendar. We have a Google Calendar app on all of our phones, like literally, let's be realistic here. Blah, blah, blah. I know. Google Play, you don't need to fucking tell me that a million times a day. You ever get those random ass emails where it's like, you still have Google Play credit, please utilize it. Yeah, that's what I deal with right now. Like, literally, we go into my YouTubing folder, open up calendar. You can't really see that very well, but, like, literally, I can put in there, like, class schedules. Like, you see a date that says Alberto UA. That's a date that Alberto has class. Like, on the 31st, I began filming Life is Strange Before the Storm. Yeah, that was a mistake. Like, go back to August, you see, like, the lovely Drunk Batman. That was pretty good quality content. Not my greatest work because I was not as good at editing at the time. Like, today, just for example, Alberto's unavailable between X time and Y time, and about 2 o'clock today, Life is Strange prequel part 5 comes out. Now, see, this is where it gets tricky, because inside the Google Calendar, if you set, like, a receipt notification, like, I have a game pre-ordered, all of your Google Calendars sync to the fucking app, and if you have similar rules set up in it, like, this color is for this. Like, I have 2 different shades of blue. I have one that has no title because I was too dumb to set a title for my fucking pre-order pickup because I couldn't remember what fucking game it was at the time. I was viewing 3 different receipts at the time. It ended up being Death of the Outsider, so I have a no title. Focus. No title. That's better. I even have fucking one of my phone bills to set on my calendar. That's how lazy I am at this point as a human being. Smartphones have made me very, very lazy. They made all of humanity lazy, though, I bet. So, yeah, like, Red's live reactions have a certain color. Thurman's gameplays have a certain colors. Member birthdays, stuff like that. It all works really well within the system. When people follow it. Thurman. Looking at you. But anyway, once you get it scheduled, you can just set it, forget it, delete it from your hard drive. I have enough content on my hard drive to last the month for footage. Like, I have videos, like podcasts. I have a couple of talks similar to this one that I'm filming live today, September 11th. And this video will actually not be edited at all. And I'm not even going to put the intro, I'm not even going to put the outro on it. I want this to be completely raw, uncut footage. So you see some of my process as a human, and you see some of the process of how stuff goes on the channel. This is for the people who have been following us constantly since the beginning of this project. This project originally, the plan, this is a little bit of history for you guys. Remember at the beginning of this talk, how I talked about satellite internet. This channel, I got, you know how Facebook does those memory things, right? I got a memory the other day, like 2 or 3 days ago, roughly. I'm trying to remember what day it was, but This whole week's been a little bit of a blur because I've been binging my 52 game challenge. I got a notification from Facebook saying, you have memories with Eli, and you have memories with Thurman, and you have memories with people that aren't even with the Facebook anymore. It said Facebook user, Facebook user, Facebook user. One of those Facebook users was actually Justin's old account that got terminated. Went on a little bit of a shitposting spree, but anyway, that Facebook memory was of when we were originally going to launch this channel last year. You remember how I said it took, 2 days to upload a 50 megabyte file? And then taking into account how big some of the files are for the podcast, downloading the edited version from the Google Drive, uploading the version, it would have been tedious. So we had put off launching this channel till this April, so we could have everything set up as perfect as possible. But because if you go back to our original podcast, episode 1 is one that's of like 3 that's untitled, I believe. And I don't want to change that. I could come up with a clever title like Humble Beginnings or some shit like that. It'd just be really cheesy, but I want it to feel natural because this was before we actually thought we'd have an audience, period. And we are very, very thankful for the audience we have. But that memory came across my Facebook. I'm like, holy shit, that was right. I was going to launch this channel right after I finished this fucking thing. Because I wasn't going to go back for my bachelor's. Yeah, bachelor's didn't fucking happen either. They will in the future, but right now my loans are maxed out. That's why I have enough free time to create a month's worth of backlog. That's why I have enough time to sit on my ass and play video games. That's why I have enough time to film this video at 3 a.m. Oh boy, it's 3 a.m. It's just one of those things that you come to those terms with, can I do this professionally? Or should I make it to where I can do it professionally and properly and make everything look as good as I possibly can at this point in time? And we ended up making the choice to delay the channel until one of us admins had enough free time and enough resources and enough go-getting attitude, I guess you would say. And then I just like, yo, Eli, you remember that channel we were going to do? And it went from there to like this April launching. 6 months of doing this for you guys, the viewers, all because I had enough free time after finishing that 1 degree and getting here to this apartment that I'm in right now. This, as cramped as my room is currently, because I'm rearranging some stuff for being able to stream properly and it look professional. That's why I brought up the term green screen, which I'll get back to in a minute for that. It just happened, and then I met Red at ITT, and then we got Thurman on board, and we got Chris on board with the podcast, and then just spun from there into this beast of, now we don't only have this YouTube channel, we have this Twitch channel, we have this VidMe channel, we have the Twitter, we have the Facebook, all that stuff, all for you to interact with, and all that good shit. And we intend to continue to do this. Now, back to the term green screen, the curtain behind me would not be proper for green screening. So that's why I brought up, the ghetto ass, like, fucking shower curtain, or just get like a white curtain from Walmart and just hang it behind me, green screen it, and then my stream looks semi-professional when I have face cam. Most of the time I'll be off face cam for streaming, but once some stuff happens and some fuckery happens, I might end up doing face cam for like games like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and stuff like that. get back into that and try to get my massive win. You know, that one elusive win in PlayerUnknown's. But it also comes down to the fact that in the future, one of our massive goals is to launch. This is like future sight mode here. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of a channel called Team 4-Star. Team 4-Star does your Dragon Ball Z Abridged and a few other series of videos, and they also have the gaming channel and all that stuff. They run their own website, and my IT expertise would come into play there as well. One thing I was thinking of, and let us know in the comments here, is in the distant future, once we have, you know, like a decent archive of videos, launching our own website and just hosting it there. Would you guys be willing to support that? But like I said, this is years down the year, at least a year down the road from now. At least a year, maybe 2. But if we're willing to support it, I mean, I know a guy who can host it. I do know a couple people that could, you know, set up all the roles and shit. I could just admin in. Okay, this is this here, this is this here, and boom, that goes here, this goes here, this goes here, and then it could be up and running fairly quickly. But that, like I said, that's down the road. A couple other things I want to talk about. I talked about the Twitch. I talked about the VidMe briefly. That is a big focal point. Is we'd like to get verified as soon as possible on that, so we can start uploading the podcasts and the other archived videos onto that and get that looking super professional. And the reason we are saying that is because they don't have the monetization bullshit like YouTube does. Twitch, it'll be scheduled, auto-hosted, all that. Eventually, in the next couple days, it'll be linked up in the channel art. Now, Saturday morning reviews with Thurman. We're still watching the first cartoon, Mucha Lucha. That video, hopefully by the end of the month or early next month, because we still have to work around each other's schedules. Also, future projects like the Saints Hack. The Saints Hack is going to be delayed a while. Alberto and I talked about it. Instead of that, because his college schedule and the other people that were going to help with it, schedule has changed immensely. And I'll get to the term of the last topic will be scheduling for this video. We are going to be doing an arc series. If you've ever watched the show Red vs. Blue by Rooster Teeth, you kind of get the gist of some of the shit we're going for. But it's going to be with a little bit of not only the Paleozoic or whatever period twist you want to call it, but also basically shitting on public servers while dealing with that. So we'll probably end up creating secondary accounts for that, because we really don't want to get banned while making the series. So, because we don't know how it'll happen or if it will happen, but the running joke will be we're the assholes that kind of, you know, fuck everything up. Kind of like we'd be like the project freelancer of the ARC world. But on terms of scheduling, as you've noticed, one episode being titled The Return of Chris. And you've noticed that we have an episode called 7-8. You've noticed that we have episodes where members have strangely rotated out. Now, the goal has always been to have members rotate out occasionally. That's never been denied. The regulars should always be what are in our cover art. You know, you got the Chris, you got the Thurman, you got the me, and you got Red, and those are in our Discord server. That's called Podcast OGs, meaning originals. If you don't know Street. Now, the reason we call ourselves Podcast OGs is we were there for the first episode. We were in the art that I had commissioned the lovely Utena. That sounds kind of creepy, but her art style just still enchants me to this day. I still actually have my personal commission as my wallpaper. So, Utena, if you're watching this video, thank you for that as well, and be on the lookout for another commission soon. She's one of the most chill interviews that we've ever done. I have personally ever conducted, and I've done interviews for employees for my small IT business. And I've never seen somebody so open to talk about whatever just that quickly. Normally, a human being shuts down. Like, even in my interviews that I've had professionally in my career, and throughout all the fucking various paths of life I've chosen in the 26 years I've been on this planet, none of them have seemed to fit me perfectly, but I've worn many, many hats. That I've even shut down not interviews. I shut down on my commentary on my videos even. And you've noticed this if you've watched any of my videos. Like, literally, I will sit there mesmerized. That's why even Noble has suggested maybe voicing over my gameplay, but I don't want to sit back and watch myself get killed, or sit back and watch myself fuck up on a puzzle, or watch myself, it just bores me watching my own gameplay. So that's why I'm just like, you know what, I'll do live commentary. If I shut down, I shut down. That's me as a human being. Like, there's moments where I will sit and stare at blades of grass on a fucking game. Like, holy shit, that grass is fucking sexy. Like, it is what it is. I've come to terms with my condition as a human. But her to be able to sit there and fucking go from this topic to that topic to this topic to that topic. And to be open to, like, wait, you need me to interview today? Cool, I can do it. That right there is what I mean by scheduling. Somebody that's open constantly. Unfortunately, within Planet Unity, we have lives, we have, obligations as human beings. Like, one episode we had Thurman drop out because he had to go get his phone fixed. He wasn't there for half an episode, and then he came back in like, hey, my phone's working semi-well, blah, 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 blah. I can still sit here and Skype with you guys. I still can't get proper video feed, and that's not an issue, though, at this time, but stuff like this happens in life. I mean, if ever there's a time I'm unable to fucking film a podcast, I've straight up said, I'm not reachable, film without me. I'm sure it'll be a fantastic video. Just link me, and I will actually sit there and I will watch it. And I'll shit on you guys in the comments, just like you guys shit on me in the comments when you're not on there. Or you shit on Red, or you shit on Thurman, or you shit on Chris. I will be that guy. I will be that outlier in this one. Because I realize we have both channel obligations, we have real life obligations. Like Chris's inability to appear for a couple episodes, we picked up Brian, we picked up Alberto, we picked up Eli. That's why we have this network of people. This network of people, unfortunately, doesn't always work out. Like, we originally were going to film, and I guess I will actually add one topic to this video. That's being the Chaos Battle, which I'll be filming the trailer for after I finish this video. If you know, there's already a trailer up currently as of 3:20 a.m., but that is under the old format. We have a new format because of a couple of bloopers, but I digress. Let me get back to the topic at hand here. So the scheduling conflicts have happened. Like, we've had last-minute notifications, like, and me scrambling after getting out of the shower to try to look semi-professional when I was the only one on feed. Okay, can you appear? Can you appear? Can you appear? Can you appear? Cool, I got you. And that happens in life, and I understand that. But from now on, we try to, like, I literally sat in the Skype call, or a Discord call before I came and filmed this video, while we were doing a video of Cards Against Humanity online. Like, and look for that in the near future. But and there's no face cam for that. It's just us laughing our asses off at how much of degenerates we can be as human beings. And if you've ever played Cards Against Humanity, that is what it is. It is how sick of a bastard you can be with these fucking cards. It's glorious. It's fun. It's especially fun while you're fucking pissed drunk. But scheduling conflicts occur. Unfortunately, on episode 13, we might not be able to have Chris on board, which sucks. But we can have Ryan do one of his topics. This one being Resident Evil live on the podcast. So that works out. We can have Eli hop in, talk shit on Thurman. We can do whatever is needed to make quality content for you. But onto Chaos Battle. Chaos Battles are death battle playlists that spun out from our Control Chaos podcast. There will be probably one or two more death battles on the podcast here or there, but the reason we separated them from the podcast is because of time frames. I try to keep the podcast capped at like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, somewhere around there. There's been one that's been 3 hours. There's been one that's been less than an hour and a half because of E3. We realize the time frames aren't always consistent on our videos, but the death battles were taking up a large chunk of them. And when they weren't taking up a large chunk of them, that we would ramble and, you know, go on these tangents that led to the podcasters not being able to talk about the death battles. So that's why we chose to do a separate podcast playlist. Now, if you want to view the current trailer, it'll be moved over to the bloopers folder. The bloopers folder will also contain the 2 death battles that we had hyped in the trailer. I believe there was only 2. I like most YouTubers, do not go back and watch any of our content unless, you know, I was not there for it. Like, I occasionally watch Red's One Piece live reactions under my personal YouTube account. I occasionally watch, you know, Thurman's gameplay videos, but usually that's when I'm helping edit it. Forgot what I was going to say there. You know, I don't like to go back and watch it. I don't intend to go back and watch this fucking video either. But there were 2 death battles that we had actually filmed. Those 2 death battles being the Kenshi versus Scaramouche, and I believe it was, actually let me pop up the Google Drive here. It was Edward Elric versus Joe Joestar was the second one. Now, Kenshi vs. Scaramouche had so much dead zones of audio that it would not be really viewable. Now, the other one was... it got Thurman so fucking heated in the fucking chat that it was hilarious because of one of the respect threads that was linked. Now, I personally went out and got all the respect threads I could find, like here's this, here's this, here's this, here's this, here's this, so we could get this video rolling as quickly as possible while we had free time. I'm hitting at 58 minutes here. Oh wow, it's going to go a little over like an hour. Big deal. This went through, boom, 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 and it lasted about 20 minutes. That 20 minutes was laughable because it was literally, yeah, FTL. Done. And Brad conceded defeat because he was backing Edward Elric, and Joe Joestar, Purple Hermit was supposedly FTL. I'm looking up. I'm like, not really FTL. So we decided to scrap it as a death battle. Like, I don't know what whoever was on at the time of editing that respect thread, but I'd like to buy some. The person took one cutscene from a video game apparently and said, yeah, that makes him FTL. Never been calced, never been properly backed up by anything other than this one non-canon moment. One moment. And it lasted literally 3 seconds in the video game. So we decided not to use it. And neither the dad songs in the other one, we decided not to utilize it either because the death battle was too long and too trash of quality to actually utilize outside of the bloopers. So, whatever it is, oh well, but we did film one. It was Meruem versus Cruella, which has been talked about on the podcast many times, and we finally filmed it. It will be the new Launchpad video for the Chaos Battle playlist. I'll be moving the others. And the two that, if you want to come and have a laugh at how unprofessional it was, if you want to come and have a laugh at how stupid it was that this person created this respect thread and wanked the shit out of JoJo Star, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm going to actually upload them to the bloopers playlist in the future. It won't be tonight. It won't be for a while. I'm going to actually talk to the rest of the team like, hey, do you want to create a description for this video? I'm going to actually talk to the members of the battles themselves and have them create their own description for what they want to say, and then just create the tags, boom, upload it. Let you guys, the viewers, have a laugh at them. But the Meruem versus Cruella one, Noble is in the process of editing. We're also filming another one today, which is Alphamon versus Giratina. Now, why you should watch Alphamon versus Giratina? Alphamon versus Giratina. Ryan is a huge Digimon fan. Thurman is a huge Pokemon fan. These guys have been going at it in Digimon versus Pokemon debates for years in Facebook groups. As long as I've been on Facebook, I've seen this shit happen. So, to see them fighting their main, knowledge base on this video is going to be a glorious shitstorm of pin-up aggression that they're going to unleash on this video. I want them to fucking argue. I want them to bicker. I want them to moan. I want them to, no, your opinion is fucking shit! Kind of moments. I want to see that. And since I'm going to be modding it, again, like I modded for Meruem versus Cruella, I want to be there. I want to be that fly on the wall, like, laughing my ass off at these two just going at it, like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And just having the time of their lives debating these characters. Because, literally, at the end of the day, everybody in Planet Unity is a friend of a sorts. We might have different opinions on a lot of shit, but we all can get along. We all do get along. We are a family of creators. So, if ever there's a time where you see us yelling at each other, like, it's just like siblings bickering at this point. and that's literally what I've learned since I've been an admin in Planet Unity, the Facebook group. Everybody there is super chill with each other. Everybody there is super chill in every aspect. But occasionally you have the bad seed come in, you gotta bye. And we've had a couple of unfortunate events where that's had to happen, but seeing Ryan and Thurman go at it like this in this death battle is going to be glorious. So if there's ever a death battle you want to tune into, it's the Meruem Cruella one. And it's definitely going to be the Alphamon versus Giratina one. They're going to be two of our best contents. I'll go over a few more of the death battles in the trailer video that I'm going to be shooting in a few minutes. But I'm going to sign off of this David's Corner behind the scenes video. I thank you for tuning in. Every view, every like, every comment, every subscription that this video gains us, it means the world to this channel, and we do appreciate every single one of you. Until next time, Planet Unity, peace.